Hello everybody, welcome to Riding Shotgun with Tupper. It is Tuesday, September the 3rd, and Alfie is running along with us today. Aren't you, girl? Yeah, it is September. I mean, our corn is still pretty green. Got a ways to go, a lot of it planted very late. You might get a glimpse of our horses as we turn the corner here. If you can catch them in the rearview mirror, maybe. We'll see. Illinois played their football opener on Saturday at home against Akron, and I thought checked most of the boxes that you wanted to see in this first game. I know Akron was not good. I didn't think their quarterback played very well, but you can't do much about that if you're going to play that kind of a team. Really, there's only one thing you can do, and that's dominate that team, and they did that. I thought they looked overall pretty darn good in a 42-3 win at home. Defensively, I thought they started a little bit sketchy, but they tightened things up right away, and I liked the way they played for the most part. They were in the backfield the whole game, 12 tackles for losses, and 5 or 6 sacks, and we'd been talking about the transfers having impressed us when we've seen them at training camp, and you look at them and think who they are, where they've come from, what they appear to be in that setting, and you think, wow, these are difference makers. These are starter caliber athletes who should make a difference. And of the 6 of them who are there from Power 5 conferences, all 6 made a positive impression and impacted the game. Batiku, the defensive end from Southern Cal, he will help lighten the loss of Bobby Roundtree. Amator Bebe, the wide receiver, the other wide receiver from USC, big-bodied guy. Yes, he'll be a help also in that Trayvon Sidney, the wide receiver from USC. He's fast, he's a slot guy, he scored a touchdown. Richie Pettibone, the guard from Alabama, comes in and replaces Nicky Allegretti and instantly stabilizes that offensive line. And then Milo Eifler, the linebacker, looked just terrific. He's got speed, he can hit, delivered the hit of the game, just destroyed a kid. And then Brandon Peters, the quarterback transfer from Michigan, I thought he played better than his numbers would indicate. I like this kid. I think he's a good combination of ability to pass and run the ball. I've been telling you that he could run it. He ran 20 yards for a touchdown, showed some mobility there. Would like to have seen him throw the ball a little better a couple times in the red zone, and would like to have seen them throw the ball downfield a couple more times, although in the course of the game that was unnecessary. So overall, I was pretty pleased. The bummer was the knee injury to Mike Epstein. Poor Mike, he's Mikey Dudek 2.0, right? I mean, he misses the final, the final 5 games of his, or final 7 games of his freshman year. Looked so good with a foot injury, then misses the final, if it was 7, then it's 5 in the second year, games of his sophomore year, again with a foot injury, and now he gets a knee injury in game 1 and is out for the season. He'll have 2 years of eligibility left as a redshirt junior. It's just so maddening. Everybody really likes this kid, works hard, and had a great camp. As Rod Smith said, maybe their best overall back in camp. And then Reggie Corbin got a little, he got the carries right out of the chute, rightfully so, and got a little bit of a hip pointer, and they just, as a precaution, rested him. I think that was probably a good move. But, no true freshman started in this game. Man, that's a good sign. You didn't need him to. I guess will Isaiah Williams play? I don't know, in thinking about it, it made an awful lot of sense for me not to play him in this game. In fact, I would not, if the idea is you're going to play him some because the rules allow you to play him 4 games, before you risk his year of eligibility. You can still redshirt him. So if you're only going to play him in 4 games, and you're going to either come up with a clever quarterback package, or you're going to come up with some other kind of a way to try to utilize his speed and make him as a playmaker who could possibly help you, don't waste it in these non-conference games. Play him in 4 Big Ten games in which maybe one play has a chance to win 1 game. Unless you've decided you don't care about the redshirt year, then I would get to playing him, but I would play him in the first 4 Big Ten games. And the reason I'd play him in those is that what if he all of a sudden became some kind of a little wonderkind who, oh my God, this kid can really help us more than we imagined. Then you want to play him in every Big Ten game and see if he can't help you steal a couple. That would be, and I'm sure he would be delighted to do it and make an impact on the football team. So you looked at him out there though, and you think, they look pretty good. But if they had Bobby Roundtree, and if they had Marquez Beeson, and if now they had Mike Epstein, and if they had Luke Ford, and you think, wow, that's 4 more impact guys that you could put out there. So I thought there was a little bit of room for improvement. They can certainly concentrate on that. Now they go on the road. We know that they haven't done well on the road, even though UConn does not appear to be a very strong opponent. Illinois a 20-point favorite, at least the early line I saw this week. I'd say the goal is the same as last week. If that's the national perception that you're 20 points better, then you need to exceed that. You need to beat them by more than that. You need to dominate this team in some way or another, and then you need to get out the other side healthy. They can't afford to lose a playmaker every week, and so hopefully that won't happen. The facility is just out of this world. The Performance Center facility, anyone that's been in it, and I have, it's just incredible. I told Derek Burson, the basketball sports information director, man, don't let Brad Underwood come over and see this. And he said, well, unfortunately, he already did. And Brad has every reason to be jealous and every reason to hope that Ubben is up next. They're gonna do a big time renovation on Ubben and give him many of these amenities too. You want to equip both those programs with first-class training facilities, first-class recruiting facilities, first-class offices, locker rooms, and the amenities for your players. And I think that will happen soon. And then hockey is very much still on the horizon here. I'd love to hear something about that before the fall's up and get moving on that. Josh has really aggressively attacked facilities at a time when neither football nor basketball was winning at the levels he would like. I'd love to see him get through this non-conference 3-0 and then knock off somebody. I mean, the first up will be Nebraska. Nebraska didn't look unbeatable. I know they're a better team than Illinois is. I get that. Whoa, we went into a hole in a ditch there, didn't we? Let's see if I can get us turned around here. I guess we're okay. And but we need to get Ubben up and running at that same level that new football facility is at, because that was really sweet beyond what I imagined it to be. Quite something. So that's it. Saturday's game is 2:30 Central Time. CBS Sports Network is the televising entity, and that's a little different for us, so we'll have to tune in and check that out. And hopefully they come back 2-0, feeling good, looking healthy, and then get ready for Eastern Michigan, which should be the best of the 3 non-conference opponents, and then take care of that one, make it 3-0, have some momentum, have learned some things about what you can do and what you can't do and what needs to be better, fine-tuned some things, brought some things up to speed, and and then take aim on the Big Ten. That'd just be awesome. So love the way it started, though. You never know. I remember last year. Remember Kent State? They were down 17-3 at the half. You thought, well, Kent State isn't any good. Well, what I said, if they're not any good, then dominate them. And they couldn't do that last year. And so at least they got that done in this first week against an Akron team that admittedly isn't much in terms of what they'll be seeing in the Big Ten. But if you watch the Big Ten, Purdue blew their game. Northwestern, I don't know what they've got going on the offensive side of the ball. Minnesota screwed around. Even Michigan and pretty much everybody. Maybe obviously Maryland didn't, Wisconsin didn't. There were some exceptions, but Illinois was on the right side of things in terms of taking care of business. That's what they did. So look forward to it this week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for riding along, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.